My fiancé Julian promised me the moment he won the Formula One championship, he'd marry me. On the day he won the championship, I ran to him with my heart full of hope, ready to celebrate his victory and the wedding we waited so long for. But I had never imagined my sister would destroy everything, and the wedding I'd waited 6 years for would never come. My younger sister Mia had just booked a 25-hour flight to celebrate her online boyfriend's birthday. She stuffed the 5th lingerie into her suitcase, then smiled at me.
Arya, you don't get it. I'm never the one who gets to celebrate his birthday. This time, I just want to fly there and celebrate it with him myself.
Seeing how determined she was, I finally swallowed the words of warning. At that moment, my fiancé Liam's voice came through the phone.
She's flying halfway across the world just to celebrate some guy's birthday? Has she completely lost her mind? Forget about her. Let her waste her time. Talking to someone who's lovesick is pointless.
But the night after I saw Mia off at the airport, Mia uploaded a new photo. There was only a man's back in the picture, and the caption with, "Happy birthday." I stared at the photo, then froze. The distinctive scar on the man's neck was the same as Liam's. Even the ring on his hand matched the engagement ring on mine. It was only then that I realized the truth. Mia's mysterious online boyfriend and my fiancé were the same man. And my sister was celebrating my fiancé's birthday with her lingerie right now. I stared at that photo for a full hour. After checking it over and over again, I was certain it was Liam. And today was his birthday too. A few days ago, I had asked if he wanted me to fly to Europe to celebrate with him. His reply had been casual.
It's just a birthday. You don't need to fly all this way.
So it wasn't that there was no need to celebrate. Someone else had already celebrated it with him. And that someone was my own sister. I took a screenshot of the photo and sent it directly to Liam. I needed an explanation from him himself. And 3 hours later, my phone finally lit up. But instead of Liam, it was a direct message from Mia.
Got to him. Best birthday ever with my man.
She sent me another photo. Half the cake had already been cut, and the man's right hand had accidentally made it into the frame. The ring on his ring finger glittered under the camera flash. A year ago, Liam had been recruited by a top Formula racing team. Before he left, he proposed to me in the sea breeze of Monaco.
When I win this year's world championship, we'll get married.
But as I stared at the diamond flashing on my screen, I suddenly realized there was no point in waiting anymore. That wedding was probably never going to happen. I stared at my chat with Mia. My fingers hovered over the screen, but I didn't know what to type. What was I supposed to say? Ask her why she was going after her own sister's fiancé? Growing up, I always knew Mia was chasing someone she could never have, but I never knew who that person was. Over the past year, she'd flown to Europe 2 or 3 times every month. She always said it was her chance to break into Formula racing, but whenever I brought it up with Liam, he'd just scoff.
Flying all the way to Europe just to chase racers? She's unbelievably stupid.
He'd never had any patience for Mia. If anything, he looked down on her. That's exactly why I never connected the dot. I never imagined that every trip Mia took ended at Liam's apartment. And I definitely never imagined that they'd be sharing the same bed. Buzz. My phone lit up again.
What the hell is this?
A message from Liam. He denied that the man in the photo was him.
The guy in Mia's post, isn't that you?
The seconds dragged by. Just when I thought he was going to ignore me, Liam was calling.
Chloe, when I get back to California, I'll explain everything to you in person.
That was as good as an admission. My eyes slowly drifted to the calendar. One date had been circled in thick red marker. Next Tuesday was the day Liam would finish his overseas testing and fly home. Just 3 days away. He let out a tired sigh on the other end of the line.
Please, don't confront her, okay?
His voice was filled with nothing but protectiveness. My eyes burned, and my throat felt painfully dry.
Why? Are you protecting her?
Chloe, let's talk when I get back.
The moment he finished speaking, Mia's voice came through the phone.
Liam, who are you talking to?
Liam didn't hesitate for even a second. His voice turned so gentle it felt completely unfamiliar.
No one, just an unimportant friend.
I froze at that absurd reply. 5 years of love and devotion reduced to just an unimportant friend. Less than 2 minutes after the call ended, a new message from Liam popped up.
Mia got pretty upset after she saw you calling. She doesn't want me bringing you up in front of her anymore. It makes her feel guilty.
I stared at the screen, completely drained. Guilty? She actually felt that? If she really knew what guilt was, why did she climb into her own sister's fiancé's bed? I didn't reply. Until that night, I saw Mia post another photo on Instagram. 2 hands tightly intertwined, with no caption or explanation. But I recognized them instantly. The titanium ring Liam used to wear with me was gone. In its place was a brand new, plain band. And on Mia's ring finger was a diamond ring in the same style. The comments exploded almost immediately.
What? Since when did you guys tie the knot?
Mia replied almost instantly, like she couldn't wait to claim him.
Not married yet? He proposed. Yesterday was his birthday, and he surprised me.
I stared at the photo for a long time. If Liam had already slipped a promise ring onto another woman's finger on a day meant so much to us, then what was I? A fiancé in name only? I looked down at the engagement ring on my own hand. Then I pulled it off without a second glance, dropping it straight into the trash.
Go to hell, asshole.
I didn't confront Mia either. I simply tapped the screen and liked her post. 5 minutes later, Liam's call came flooding in.
Chloe, don't get the wrong idea. She was just joking. She wanted to see what it felt like to be proposed to. It wasn't a real proposal. Please don't take it to heart.
Looking at his weak excuses, I let out a laugh.
When did you two start sleeping together?
7 months ago.
7 months ago. That was Liam's 5th month training in Europe. No wonder Mia had been flying to Europe so often back then. So she'd been flying to sleep with Liam.
At first, I turned her down, but then...
He swallowed the rest of the sentence.
Chloe.
Just give us 1 more month. I'm begging you. Give her some time to adjust, okay?
No way. Liam, if she's so miserable, then you two should just be together. We're done.
I hung up the phone and blocked all of Liam and Mia's contact information. After the initial stab of pain, all that was left in my heart was clarity. I woke up my laptop.
I'm resigning.
After seeing the Operation Successful notification appear on the screen, a cold smile tugged at my lips.
Liam, since you think she needs looking after more, then don't expect me to keep looking after you and the team.
I closed my laptop and dialed my father's number.
Chloe?
Dad, I've made up my mind. I'm getting married.
There was a brief silence.
That's wonderful. Has Liam finally come to his senses?
No, I'm not marrying Liam.
He paused.
Not Liam? Then who?
The man you introduced before, Ethan, the major shareholder of Titan Racing and their star driver. I'm willing to go through with this family arrangement.
My father burst out in disbelief and excitement.
You finally come to your senses. That's great. I've never liked Liam anyway.
Don't worry. The moment you agree to this marriage, Titan and the family will put every resource behind you.
My gaze drifted to the line of code on screen as I listened to the excitement in his voice. My father had never approved of Liam. Titan Racing had far better engineering resources than Liam's Vortex Racing. From a career standpoint, Titan had always been the obvious choice, but to protect Liam's fragile pride and keep him from overthinking, I had turned down Titan's offers again and again. Instead, I chose to stay at Vortex, quietly working behind the scenes for Liam. My father had always hated that Liam kept delaying our wedding while holding back my career, so he could barely contain his excitement when I'd finally changed my mind.
But I have a few conditions that you need to pass on.
Name them. They'll agree to 100 conditions if they have to.
First, I want the wedding as soon as possible, preferably this week. Second, I want my transfer to Titan Racing processed immediately.
Ethan moved faster than I expected. That very night, I completed the transfer to Titan and moved into their apartment. It was a luxury apartment with a modern industrial design. Every detail inside the living room had been arranged exactly the way I liked. It was obvious the place had been carefully prepared by someone. As I walked in, a gold embossed card caught my eye on the marble countertop. It was written in elegant handwriting.
Sorry, a last-minute meeting came up, so I couldn't come pick you up in person. But don't worry, I'll pick you up to get our marriage license. Ethan.
Not bad handwriting.
I set the card back down. There wasn't the slightest hint of excitement or shyness in my eyes. At this point, marriage meant nothing to me. What mattered was that Ethan was the star driver of Titan, the rival team Liam had spent years failing to surpass. I would use this marriage to destroy everything Liam had built. I was organizing some files by the window the next day when the doorbell suddenly rang. I glanced at the time. At this hour, it was probably Ethan. He promised to take me to get our marriage license. I walked to the door and pulled it open without thinking, but standing outside was Liam.
记得点赞关注哦。